Hey everyone, it's Mate from Scan&Eggs. First I will show you really quickly how to create buildings using the construction editor mode, and after that I will go into more details of the parameters and the tricks and tips on how to use it. So first let's go to the, let's select the construction editor mode, let's press the building button, and in the scene we can select one or multiple buildings. Let's select multiple now, and I will create the buildings using this button. If I press it, you will have this colorful representation of the building floors, and after that you can select one or multiple meshes from the content browser, like so, and using the C button on the keyboard you can cycle through each mesh which is selected, and once you find something cool you want to place down, you can just click somewhere on the building, and if you want to fill upward vertically, then you can press Shift on the keyboard and click. And if you want to delete something, you press E, it turns blue, the cursor, and you can just click and drag and erase everything you don't like. So this is the base on how to use the construction mode. So now let's see it in detail. So you can select one or multiple buildings in the scene. After selection, you have the option to set the ground floor height, the floor height, and to whether to generate floor meshes inside. So if you want to create interior, you have to check this. And to either use sloped or flat roofs. So first, let's create this building with interior and with a sloped roof. So once it's done, you have this colorful representation of the floors. If you get out of the construction mode, it turns back to proper materials, and also you can just go back and continue the editing inside. So once you have this, you can select one or multiple meshes from the content browser. So let's start with the ground floor and maybe build upwards. So first I'm selecting this entrance, this shop, these two shops, and maybe one window here. And you can see it on the screen that there is the names of each selected mesh. And if I press C on the keyboard, a cycle, we are going through these meshes. So let's first put down an entrance and maybe some shops, like so. Maybe a window here. Okay, we have this. So if you go inside, you can see that the interior geometry is already there, but these are static meshes, so you can't go inside, right? So you can place blueprints as well. So if I select a blueprint, the same way I can just place it in the scene. But first we need to delete this one because we can't put it inside. So I press E to turn on erase mode, and you can see the cursor gets blue, and also you can see on the left side that the erase mode checkbox is turned on. And also in the viewport you can see it says erasing. So if I click and drag, I can delete stuff, and if I press E again, I can place this door maybe here as well, and maybe put down some window shops here. Alright, so after you have that, you can just go and play it, and we can just walk through it. All right. Now let's get back and add some more things, more models on the building. So let's go with some windows, maybe some balconies, and if you want to fill everything upwards, then you can press and hold Shift down and click, like so. And if you want, you can see that there are snapping options here. So basically, if you're close to a corner, the model jumps to that position. There is a snap radius, which means if we are 1 meter away currently from a snapping point, which is a corner or a midpoint, then the model will jump there. So if I turn these off, then you can see that you can freely place anywhere you want, which is useful in some cases. So with this, you can create symmetric patterns. So if I put one in the middle, then in the middle, and in the middle, you can do this kind of placement, or you can start from the sides and put it in the middle. This is another one. And if you press E, then you can delete all of them, and you can also do it with vertical fill. Let's put down some balconies. And maybe the top part should be only windows. And you can see that, for example, here, if you want to place it right over the window, placement is impossible if snapping is turned on. So you can just eyeball it like this, maybe in the middle. And once you're happy with your building, you can just go back to selection, and the materials will turn back. And if you go inside, you can see that everything is perfectly aligned. If you want to reset the whole building, so you want to start over because it's not what you wanted and you don't want to delete everything by hand, there is a reset building button on the actor. So if you press that, we start fresh from the beginning. So how can you set the material parameters for a newly created building? So first let's create a very basic building to test. Maybe add a door here, some windows, some balconies. Alright, so let's go out to selection mode, click on the building actor, and in the detail panel there is a section called material parameters, and press the set up materials button. You should make sure that you edited the building, and this is the end result, because you cannot press this button twice. There is some issues with that. So once it's set up, you can right click on, for example, mkit and expand all, and you can see that there is all the color parameters and scalar parameters, and you can set it, and these are all got converted to dynamic material instances, so it will live feed to the editor on what you are doing. So let's change the balcony color as well, for example. Balcony color to green. And once you're done, this is a perfect way to use your mesh. But if you want to merge it for some reason, then you should convert these to dynamic material instance static meshes from dynamic material instances. So there is a section here in the details panel called Bake Dynamic Materials. If you press that, it will create a folder in CM Kits called Bake. So if I press this, we will have a few new material instances, and after that, you can select your actor, go to Tools, Merge Actors, and use these settings, but make sure you check Bake Vertex Data to Mesh, and yeah, that's it. Say Merge Actors, and that's it. After some distance field calculation, you can put it in the scene. You have the same mesh, just with fewer throw calls maybe. If you have a big city and you want to merge half of the buildings, and this is a good workflow.